So we got a pretty good show for you today. We've got Kathleen Norton Schock is actually going to be taking over the first segment, interviewing John E. Smith, who's
it's a takeover. Yes, indeed.
Takeover, yes. The CEO of Segway. She's wanted to take over the show for a long time. Now we're giving her the opportunity. So I'm just kidding.
Come on. You were trying to talk me into doing this years ago.
I know, yeah. So. But anyway, so Matt and I are going to sit back and we'll just, if we hear good follow-up questions, we'll weigh in. But take it away, Kathleen.
Thanks so much, Mike and Matt. Always good to see you guys. And I'll see you again next week with our normal podcast on women in tech. But today I'm doing a little bit of a different thing. We're very honored today to chat with John E. Smith, who is the founder and CEO, as Mike said, for Great Lakes Segway and Pedigo Walled Lake. As you can tell from the name, this is an innovative personal mobility retail and service operation, and it is headquartered on the shores of Walled Lake in Oakland County, Michigan. John founded the company over a decade ago with a mission to provide personal electric mobility solutions for a wide variety of customers, and I'll talk about that in a minute. The company provides customers such as public safety operations and what my husband would characterize as individual adventure seekers of all ages with environmentally green, clean transportation alternatives, which when you think about it, we're sitting in the automotive state as far as the US is concerned. And here is John 10 years ago going, there's an alternative here, people. And it doesn't supplant automotive, but it in fact is a great partner to the automotive industry. John's business has been highly successful, as you might imagine, and he has some more exciting growth news to share with us, which is why we asked him to come on today. But you guys know me well, and you know that I always like to get into the personal things before we get into the business things. So I want to talk a little bit with John about his personal journey. John, you're a very proud Wayne State University graduate with a master's in business administration. And for those people who are nationwide, Wayne State is one of our major universities here, and it has a very strong research program in particular. And your background, John, because you and I have been on LinkedIn together now for about a month, includes stints with very large marketing agencies in the Detroit area. Now, I have an entrepreneurial piece of my background, and I know that it takes some strong motivation to go entrepreneurially. So what took you from large corporations to the point where you decided to found and then lead Great Lakes Segway?
Yes, thank you. So I appreciate being here, first of all. And yeah, I've had an exciting career. In fact, I worked at General Motors headquarters up until the bankruptcy in 2010. I was doing a lot of marketing and advertising roles, and just really excited to be part of the automotive landscape. And that actually helped shape and form me, both in advertising, marketing, and at GM, to shape and form me and understand personal mobility, understand the importance, particularly in our area, but also throughout the world, and quickly fell in love with the Segway and thinking about personal electric mobility and how people commute and transport themselves. It's been really exciting to take those learnings and those interests and roll them into the fabric of our company. Just understanding experience. And so that had allowed me to personally become dedicated to electric mobility and do a variety of things, support the electric mobility movement. We're seeing plenty of people in our area who are rethinking public transportation, they're rethinking car ownership, and buying electric bikes, they're buying scooters. We see scooters all over metro areas. It's just been really exciting to see this movement, but also be part of the movement. Another thing that we've done is helping people who we offer that thrill of adventure. So people who are excited to do this, to ride these products, we give them something meaningful to engage with us on. And another option here is offering healthy alternatives for the environment. So these products provide a small carbon footprint, low emissions, and they're easy to maintain and operate. And additionally, it's just lighter on their pocketbook overall. So, inexpensively, they can have a transportation solution that will help them get around and transport. One last thing I wanted to mention was all of our transportation solutions promote connectivity. We support public safety quite heavily, and we want to help connect public safety and the community together. When officers are on our equipment out in the community, it's really a great interaction and a time to connect with citizens, and just in our small way, a way to help tie everyone together.
So from conversations I've had with you, you really emphasized to me that Great Lakes Segway and Pedigo Walled Lake, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, serves a nationwide customer base. As you're looking at, as you've grown the company and as you're looking outward, which industries, what kinds of individuals in the marketing world, we call them, which personas, which customers are you targeting? What areas in the vertical side and then among consumers represent your greatest growth opportunities, both regionally and nationally? You talked a little bit about public safety, but what else?
Yes, thank you. So in fact, we've had the privilege just in a few short years to support customers throughout the country. We've had business now in 41 states where we've either sold a new product, we've repaired segways or scooters or bikes or mopeds. So we've been able to help people all over, and from our small community in Walled Lake, we've been able to do business everywhere in the country. And some of those include, I mentioned public safety, like Royal Oak Police Department. We've helped them with their products. Public recreation areas. So we've supported the Detroit River Conservancy Group. They have segways and they use them for security, but also for helping, just provide fun options for transportation.
Michelle
Resorts.
Hodges is a friend of mine and also a friend of the show, the CEO of the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy. We'll have to ask her if she gets on a Segway often.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've supported resorts like Boyne Mountain and Boyne Highlands. They have Segway tours. Universities like Eastern Michigan and Schoolcraft College, they have electric bikes and public safety operations. Metro Airport, if you've been there, now that I'm calling it out, you'll probably notice Segways are there. So we've helped airports in Chicago, Detroit, etc. Park operations like the DNR, we've been able to help them with their amenities, their operations, and their security. So kind of a multi-tiered approach to supporting parks. And then we even find door-to-door teams. They use our products to get their salespeople from one home to another very quickly as well. So a very wide range of consumers and business-to-business customers. And we're just happy to help. We'll see even more customer segments unfold as we move into the future as well.
Well, speaking of the future, we're obviously, tomorrow is Masks Off Tuesday for the state of Michigan. We're following a bunch of other states. Finally, we're sort of hopefully at the back end of what was last year's pivoting year. But you pivoted big time during a year that was very difficult for many people. So you have a lot of news to share with us. What has been Great Lakes Segway's most recent pivot and expansion, John?
Great question. So thank you. Well, exciting to announce, we just launched Pedigo Walled Lake. So Pedigo is an electric bike brand. And so in the back portion of our building, we now have two showrooms for Great Lakes Segway and Pedigo Walled Lake. And to date, we have sold 70 bikes in 2 months' time. We had our grand opening on June 11th. It was a Friday. We had the Pedigo corporate bus there. We had all kinds of giveaways in the city, and just a really fun way to launch an exciting product that people are using for recreation. And more people are warming up to the idea of electric bikes when they hit the trail.
Can I weigh in real quickly?
Having their fun tour, am I correct? And weren't they going to 70 cities? And I think Sue Voiles, who went to your event, who's a good friend of mine, mentioned that that actually they had chosen Walled Lake to be on the first leg of that big nationwide tour. Am I correct in thinking that?
So they've kind of continuously been traveling around the country. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our Walled Lake location has been one of the stops on their tour, and they have been thrilled. Pedigo has been thrilled with us because selling 60 some bikes before a grand opening garnered some attention from the corporate people, and so they've been excited to partner with us in this process.
So besides sales, you also offer a wide range of services, correct? And if you would just talk to us a little bit about the next 24 months, what's next for Great Lakes Segway and Walled Lake Pedigo?
Yeah,
Mike was
sorry,
giving us a 3-minute signal. So
okay, thank you. So, yep. So just to give a short recent history, in December 2020, we opened a dedicated repair center a mile away in Walled Lake, and with the intent to give customers peace of mind. We're not only selling the product, but we're also providing the sales support and service support, so that if you buy a product from us, you know where to go to get it fixed and how to get the job done. We want to give you peace of mind when we do that. And then I mentioned in April of 2021 is when we soft launched the Pedigo Walled Lake location with a June launch. And then I am personally sitting right now in the great state of Florida as well, because we have been asked and we've been ramping up to acquire a second dealership in Florida. So we're going to do a lot of the same work and support for customers here in Florida, with the whole idea that we are going to help people from 2 locations as we've been serving customers around the country.
And I imagine as baby boomers are retiring, Segways and Pedigos become of great interest to people who are in the next phase of life. And so Florida is a very logical state to be expanding into, I would assume.
Absolutely.
Okay, so John, Mike's now giving me the 1-minute signal. So how do people reach you? Could you give us your website, your phone number, an email address, whatever else you want to share with the audience?
Absolutely. So best way to get a hold of us is at our phone number at 248-896-2600. Our website is Great Lakes Segway, SEGWAY.com, or you could stop in person at 239 East Walled Lake Drive in Walled Lake, Michigan. And if people don't know where that is, it's about 2 miles due north of 12 Oaks Mall in Novi.
Okay. Mike, did you have anything else for John while we have him here?
Yeah, I just was curious about pricing. I've seen electric bikes priced all over the board. I'm kind of curious, where do yours come in?
So we're kind of a mid-level player. We have bikes that range from about $2,500 to up to $4,500 for the Cadillac version of the Pedigo bikes. So yeah, we see that it's pretty competitively priced. There are extremes below and above, but we're kind of in that middle ground. So it makes a great product for the common person who's really wanting to get themselves into a nice electric bike.
Yeah, that's actually, I do keep an eye on pricing. That's actually pretty much in the middle, very reasonable. I've seen them a lot more money than that, so, but that's great. All right, one more time. If people want to reach out let's go with the website address. One more time, give that to the audience.
Absolutely, thank you. So that's Great Lakes, plural, and then Segway, SEGWAY.com. GreatLakesSegway.com.
Traditional four-year students love Lawrence Technological University's thriving campus life, but LTU has always met non-traditional students' needs too. Lawrence Tech offers over 100 degree and certificate programs that can get adult students started or back on track. And most of our classes are conveniently offered evenings at our beautiful Southfield campus or online, so you can balance your social, family, and work life even while you power up your career. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.